Faith can move mountains. Radio Maria, 91.3 FM.
The voice of truth.
Hello, dear listeners. For those of you listening from all over, a warm welcome to you. This is yet another episode of Life Essential Talk, where we talk about parenting, where we talk about marriage, family relationships, and fundamental life issue. I remain your host, Uche Chukwuma. A wonderful evening to you out there. Well, on Monday you had a good time with Clare or Ohunayo. Well, today will be another great day with I. Our topic today is how to celebrate Valentine's Day, tips for teenagers and youth. Yeah, Valentine's Day is next week, on Tuesday to be specific, the 14th of February. But we have to state clearly what that day is all about before then. Well, today's talk gonna be from the perspective of a youth. You know, sometimes when parents talk about this, the children remind us of how old we are and how we don't understand the ways of this generation. But they forget that what an elder sees sitting down, a toddler cannot see it standing on top of a mountain. Well, I have a guest, a wonderful guest, Mr. Simon Ahile. He is a regular guest to this program, an educator, and a highly disciplined young man. He's here with us today, and I'm sure you know him. He's ready to tell us all we need to know about today's topic. Simon, it's good to have you on the show once again.
Thank you very much. Good evening, dear listeners. Happy New Year to you all. I actually miss being here.
Yes, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Well, let us take this break, and once we resume, we dive right into the conversation of today. Don't go anywhere. Okay, dear listeners, welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Life Essential Talk on Radio Maria, the voice of truth. And our topic today is how to celebrate Valentine's Day. Tips for teenagers and youths. And like I said earlier, we have a guest, a regular guest, Simon Ahile, who will tell us all we need to know about that. And it's coming from a youth, not from a parent, but from a youth who knows all about this. So let's hear you, Simon. Tell us, when we say Valentine's Day, or should I say, how did Valentine's Day come to be? Yes, how did we come around? How did we come up with this Valentine's Day? Because I know that most people out there are always eager to celebrate Valentine's Day, but they don't really know what it means. Oh, they think it's all about love. All about love. They don't even know the type of love it refers to. All they know is whatever. But today I want you to tell us all about Valentine's Day.
Okay. I think I will.
Or how it came to be, rather. I think that's a better one. How it came to be this Valentine's Day.
Okay. But I was actually enjoying that song.
I know. That's why I had to stop it. All right, so let's hear you.
How the Valentine Day came to be in existence. Or better still, who is a Valentine? Because Valentine is a person, not just one person, but let me call it Saint Valentine.
Okay.
He's a saint because the Catholic Church recognized at least 3 different saints named Valentine or Valentinos based on what they did and who they were. Though all of them were martyred at one point or the other. One legend contains that Valentine was a priest who served during the 3rd century in Rome, when Emperor Claudius II decided that single men made better soldiers than those with wives and families. So with that, he outlawed marriage for young men. That is, he gave a law that young men shouldn't be married.
That's soldiers now.
Yes, soldiers. not minding whether they are in love or whether
not.
they need family or not.
Okay.
But he outlawed marriage from young men.
Okay.
So Valentine, realizing the injustice of this decree, he defied Claudius and continued to perform marriages for young lovers in secret. When he realized that you guys are in love, you people are in love, he will perform marriage for you. He will conduct the marriage for you, for the young lovers.
Okay,
Even though,
to avoid them committing
adultery and so many other
fornication.
things. Yes. Right. So even though the emperor gave the law that they shouldn't marry, the Saint Valentine was secretly marrying them. Okay. So when Valentine's actions were discovered, Claudius ordered that he be put to death.
That was the
first
emperor.
Arrested him. Yes, the emperor. They first arrested him and sent him to prison, and the emperor gave an order that he should be put to death, which they later beheaded him, actually, for the act. Okay. Now, other stories still suggest that Valentine may have been killed by attempting, another Valentine was killed. He was also a saint. He was killed by attempting to help Christians to escape the harsh Roman prisons. You know, they will be sent in prison. If they discover you are a Christian, they will just arrest you, take you to prison, and then they will treat you harshly in the prison. So this particular Valentine was there helping these Christians to escape from the prison.
Okay. Still associated with Valentine's Day.
Yes. Okay. So when they were arrested, they will be beaten and tortured before finally executing some of them. So this particular Valentine was helping in the Christians to escape from the prison. So when they discovered the act, they had to arrest him and put him to death for that act. Now, according to another legend, an imprisoned Valentine actually sent the first Valentine greeting himself after he fell in love with a young lady. He sent the first Valentine message and tagged it "from your Valentine."
All these associated with Valentine's Day. Okay, so which one do we take now? These are all stories associated with Valentine's Day.
Yes, so the Catholic Church in specific decided to honor Saint Valentine. I don't know whether it's the one that was secretly marrying lovers or the one that was helping Christians. But I know that the Catholic Church honor Saint Valentine. And then honoring him, you know, though those who are Catholics, they know that in the Catholic Church they have they honor saints for one particular thing they did when they were alive. So this particular day is not an exception. Now, how this 14th? Day came to be on 14th?
That's what I was after. Yeah, why 14th?
All right. Why some believe that Valentine's Day is celebrated in the middle of February, which is 14th, to commemorate the anniversary of Valentine's death. Yeah, which probably occurred around 270 AD. It's quite long, actually. Yeah. Others still claim that the Christian Church may have decided to place St. Valentine's feast in the middle of February in an effort to Christianize one pagan festival that was in existence then. One pagan celebration called Lupercalia. The celebration was done on February 15th. In those days, Lupercalia was a fertility festival dedicated to Faunus, the Roman god of agriculture then. So to begin the festival, members of the Luperci and other of Roman priests then would gather at a secret cave where the infants, that is Romulus and Remus, the founders of the Rome, then, the co-founders of the Rome, then, they were believed to have been cared for by a she-wolf.
This is really history.
Honestly.
Okay.
So, during the festival, the priest would sacrifice a goat for fertility and a dog for purification. So, they would then strip the goat's hide into strips, dip them into the sacrificial blood, and take them to the streets. They would gently be using it to slap women. Yes, they'll be slapping both women and crop fields.
So this was what was done on that 15th?
Yes, on that 15th.
Okay, let's not go deep into that anyway.
Okay.
So the 14th now was...
Yes. So the belief is that Christians now picked this 14 to Christianize that particular event.
Pagan,
yes, that pagan
way
worship. Of worship then.
All right.
Though in the worship too, they will later ask young people who are not married, probably bachelors, to choose the names. That is, they will gather names of female then and keep them. Ask young bachelors to pick the names. The name you pick, they will pair you with the person.
Okay, so that was what they
yes.
Then that was what was done on that 15th.
Yes,
so
that was what was done on that
14th
15th.
was now a
way of a way of modernizing, as in taking it away from the pagan,
from that immoral,
from the immoral way
worship.
Yes,
then
making it to become a Christian event.
Okay, but we all know now that Valentine's Day is not just for Christians; it's basically for everybody. But this is our way of letting people know the origin, how it came to be. Because I know that most people out there have no idea of this word they use, Valentine's Day, these words they use, Valentine's Day, all the time. Thank you for that. So now, from your own perspective as a youth, how do you think our teenagers, our youths out there, how do they view this Valentine's Day? There's something you said on the 15th, it was all about immoral acts.
Yes.
And then that 14th was brought up kind of to make everything right, to make things right.
Yes.
So that means that the love is not that kind of exotic, amorous kind of love. It should be a platonic kind of love anyway.
Yes.
Let me not go into that. Let me allow you now. So tell us, how do teenagers, youths, how do they view Valentine's Day? I mean, from your own perspective as a youth.
Well, teenagers and youths, actually, they see Valentine as a day, just the same way the pagan, we are celebrating it on the 15th. So teenagers these days, they see Valentine as a day to, let me be a little dramatic. They see it as a day to toast girls. They see it as a day to commit all sort of, to express their lusts, satisfy their sexual feelings, and do all sort of immoral acts. That is what youths these days see Valentine.
Yes.
They see it as a day to present gifts, probably to those people they are admiring. They see it as a day to express how they felt about, or how they feel about an opposite sex.
In a lustful.
Yes, in a lustful way.
Yes.
A day to start relationships.
Exactly.
That may not even last.
Relationships
that may not even go far. They see it as a day of committing all sort of things
yes.
in the name of love, which is not actually the love, which is not actually the reason for this particular day. Yes, the reason for the Valentine itself.
All right, thank you, Simon, for that, for letting us know what our teenagers, how they view Valentine's Day, how our youths view Valentine. I definitely agree with you. But before we go, we'll talk more about this. Let's take this musical break, and when we return, we talk more. Don't go anywhere. Beautiful listeners out there, if you're just tuning in, this is Life Essential Talk on Radio Maria, the voice of truth. And we have been talking about how to celebrate Valentine's Day, tips for teenagers and youths. And I've been having that discussion with a young man, an educator, Simon Ahile, who has been telling us all we need to know about Valentine. He has given us a history. He has given us a history, trying to give us an idea of how this Valentine's Day came to be. Though it tend to move in the line of Christianity, but we all know that Valentine's Day today is for everyone. It's for everyone. It's all about love. Now, but what the problem is, Valentine's Day brings to the hearts of our teenagers, of our youths, it brings to them the ideas of lust. That's the problem. It's as if Valentine's Day is all about sex. It's all about sex. That's the problem. Most of them dwell on Valentine's Day to do all sorts of, to engage in all sorts of amorous activities. And that is why we're here, to let them know that Valentine's Day is not just about boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. It doesn't dwell on that exotic relationship. It's a whole lot. It's more than that. Valentine's Day is more than that. So I will now go into how to celebrate Valentine's Day, tips for teenagers and youths. Simon, the floor is open once again. Let us know those tips that our teenagers can use to celebrate Valentine's Day in a worthy way.
Okay, thank you once again. Just like you said, today, Valentine's Day is celebrated on the 14th of February every year. Not forgetting that this celebration of love, which stemmed from Saint Valentine, he was actually a saint. So people express their love to their significant others, their friends, in so many other ways. Though this day, Valentine's Day, brings to the hearts of singles ideas on love, just like you said, romance, lust, sex, kisses. Even you see some boys telling their girlfriends that today is the day you have to prove to me that you love me.
You love me.
Yes.
What nonsense.
You have to show to me that you love me. Whatever thing you've been stopping me from having, today is the day of love. You have to give it to me.
That is it.
Yeah.
And it all boils down to sex.
Yes. Yes. But actually, these are not the right ways the day should be celebrated. So I've just gathered some single points, some small points for singles to ensure they are not caught off guard.
For teenagers.
Yeah, teenagers and youths.
Yeah, you can include singles.
So that they cannot commit sin in the name of expressing love on Valentine's Day. Yes, the day is a day of love, a day to show love. No doubt about that.
Exactly.
But not in the way youths take it these days.
Yes.
So, the first thing I will say is that on this day, we need to dedicate the day to God. We need to dedicate the day to God and ask God to direct us on how we should celebrate the day. Remember, I said before, the day is a day to commemorate a saint, not a day of lust or sex. So we need to ask God first to direct us on how to celebrate the day.
Just and like we commit every other day to God.
Yes.
So it's not,
Yes. And then it is a day, to me, it is a day to make new friends. Nothing bad about making new friends. You can make friends in your workplace. You can make friends if you're in school. You can make friends in school.
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be what we've been thinking before, or what we took the day to represent before. You can actually make friends, new friends, and the old friends you had before, try and show them in one way or the other. Try and show them that you kept them in your heart.
Like how can you do that?
You can actually express. You can actually give a card, give Valentine card to a friend. No problem about that. You can send a gift to your friends, your old friends or even new ones. Nothing is wrong about that. You can actually write something. Even if you don't have money, yes.
Something decent.
Even if you don't have money to buy gifts or even to buy cards, you can write something decent and send it across to your friend, showing the person that, oh, I too, I keep you in my mind. I love you.
Yeah, I care about you.
I care about you. It mustn't be opposite sex. A lady or a girl can write to a girl.
Yes.
A boy can write to a boy. You can actually, it can still be opposite sex, but it doesn't really mean it should be boyfriend, girlfriend thing all through.
Yeah.
You can actually try on this particular day to reconcile with people you've wronged. If you had wronged somebody before, maybe you've been keeping malice with somebody before, use this day of love to reconcile with that person.
Okay.
And then the friendship continues again, because there's no way you can survive in this world without friends.
Exactly. So it can be a day for reconciliation.
Of course. Yeah. Of course. Youths and adults can also pick this particular day to appreciate their parents. You can actually openly appreciate your parents.
But let's now remove the adults. Let's concentrate on the teenagers and our younger.
Okay. Yeah. Though even adults have parents.
We know, alive. But I think our teenagers and our very young men and women, they don't really get it.
Yes. So teenagers and youths, you can, on this particular day, you can pick it to appreciate your parents for even raising you up, for all they've been doing for you, all the care and love they've been expressing, they've been showing to you. You can appreciate them. Even if you are not opportune to have your parents alive, one or two persons might have come your way that helped you in one way or the other. So on this particular day, show them that you really appreciate what they did to you. It's not odd for you to buy a gift for your parents.
It's not.
You can get a gift for your parents. And believe me, no matter how small the gift is, your parents will value it so much.
Honestly.
Knowing that, oh, our child has really shown to us that he cares, that she cares, that she has appreciated what we've been doing. And that can make them to love you the more and do more for you.
So another point, day of appreciation.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, most importantly, you must refrain from any associations or acts that may cause you to sin on this particular day. You know, I like being indoors most times than going out in associations that may not add potential values to me.
Beautiful.
So on this particular day, if you are not found in places where you can easily be tempted to sin, you will still keep the day holy.
Yeah, to do wrong.
Yes.
Okay.
You can't, unless, sometimes you are tempted to commit sin based on what you see, what you hear, and places you find yourself in. So try and avoid associations or acts that may cause you to sin.
And nobody said you must go out.
Yes.
You must not go out on that day.
You mustn't go out.
You can be at home and have a fun day with your siblings, with your parents. You mustn't go out.
And even if you're going out, you mustn't go out with your boyfriend or your girlfriend.
And again, when we say, because when a boy is your friend, we can say that's boyfriend. But our fear is when it leads to illicit acts, when it leads to that immoral act, that is when it becomes something else. Because just like you pointed out, that day, most people use it. Okay, this is the day they take it as a proof of love, which is not.
Yes.
Which is not.
Actually, Valentine's Day, to me, is not a proof of love. It's not. If I have only Valentine's Day to prove to you that I love you, then what happens to other days?
I don't know.
Should I express all the love on Valentine's Day and then other days I go back to who I was, or maybe I go back to being a person who doesn't care?
And that's what happens.
And then youths see Valentine's Day, if you do not express your love to me on Valentine's Day, you did not take me out, you did not do this, you did not do that, that means you did not love me.
I'm telling you, it's always a problem.
Yeah.
All right. Let's take this break, and when we return, we continue with this very exciting conversation with Mr. Simon Ahile. Don't go anywhere. Said I loved you, but I lied. Oh, by Michael Bolton. Beautiful song out there. Okay, if you're just tuning in, this is Life Essential Talk on Radio Maria, the voice of truth. And we have been talking with Simon Ahile about how to celebrate Valentine and the tips for teenagers and youths. He has told us a whole lot. In fact, I got this point that Valentine's Day is a day for reconciliation, is a day for appreciation, it's not a day for amorous activities, it's not a day for sex between boyfriend, girlfriend, all those stuff. There's nothing wrong in having a boyfriend, but what is involved is what we are looking at, what we don't want at all. So Valentine's Day is all about love, quite all right. But how do you express that love? That is what we are concerned about. Well, the phone line is open right now. You can call us on 081 084 47518. Please call us on 081 084 47518. Tell us what you think about Valentine's Day. Tell us your own experience, maybe with your child. And you can also send SMS or you send your message via WhatsApp. We would love to have your contributions. All right, Simon, over to you. Let's get more of those tips.
Okay. Welcome back. I'll have to welcome back myself. So like we were saying, to me, one, Valentine's Day is actually overhyped. It's actually a day of love, a day to show love and care to your people. Not just to your people, you can show love to even strangers. You can show love to people who doesn't have anybody to care about them. Let them feel that love on that day.
Yes.
But like I said, actually the day is overhyped to me.
Sure.
Just like I said at the beginning, Catholics, they have days they celebrate their saints, which Valentine is also one of them, is not an exception. So why youths usually take this day, why they feel this day is a day special for so many things, so many amorals, is what I just don't understand. Like I said earlier.
Because they don't know the history of Valentine's Day. They don't know the history of Valentine.
Valentine's Day carries far more weight in relationship or lack thereof than it should. You know, so many people make so much money. You know, cards in particular. After Valentine's Day, you don't know whether, so many people doesn't even know whether cards, they are still selling cards or they are producing cards again. They know that people who are selling cards, they know they are actually going to make enough money by this February.
Yes.
Probably from February 10th to that 14th.
Yes.
Because people are feeling, oh, a special day is coming, But
it's
that
actually a special
day
anyway. It's actually a special day.
It's a special day. But which day are you not meant to show love to your people? You're meant to show love on every day. So to me, it's actually a special day, but it carries more weight than it should have.
Like you said, it's overhyped.
Yes, it's overhyped. Every day you can express love, you can express your care to your friends, your relations. You can make them see that you care every day. It mustn't be on the Valentine's Day, even though the day too is there.
But you know, we are talking about that day now.
Yes,
so
yes.
Instead of engaging in immoral acts, you can show that love, share things with your friends. You can show that love and
share things with your friends. And please, even if nobody gives you a Valentine gift on that day, don't feel bad.
That's another
Don't
thing.
feel bad. That is why I'm saying it's overhyped.
Yes.
You feel that once nobody gives you a gift on Valentine's Day, that means nobody loves you or nobody cares about you. It's not like that. What about other days people have been giving you gifts? People have been helping you. Does it mean they don't care? It mustn't be on that particular day somebody will give you something before you know that the person keeps you at heart. That very day itself, some people is because of their lost feelings. Some people just want you to feel that you're also special.
Just for them to get you to do what they want.
To get you to do what you want. When they actually did not care about you. So please, don't feel bad on Valentine's Day, whether you get a gift or not. Whether somebody tells you you are special or not. Whether somebody express care to you or not. Consider other days they've been showing you the love and the care also as being very important.
Yes.
So to me, I think this one goes more to parents in particular. Try and offer your youth, your adults, your teenagers a safe place to celebrate. If you as a father or a mother, you decide that, oh, today I want to show how I love my son, how I love my daughter in a way of celebrating, organizing a party. Probably you organize it in your own house. Let that your child invite his or her own friends to celebrate this in your own house. I'm telling you, immoral acts will not happen. When you're also there, it will help curb the other things they would have gone out on their own to do. So offer your teenagers a safe place to do their own celebration if they must. Together.
Yeah, if they must. If that day must be celebrated in that form anyway.
Yes. Also, stress the importance of friendship over romance.
Yes.
Stress the importance of friendship over romance. Friendship can go a very long way. Romance can die with time. It can die with time. Some people may have what they want to get from you on that particular day, and at the end of the day, I've gotten what I wanted. And then the whole thing, the rest of the thing will become story.
Just die off. Yes.
Will die off. So stress the importance of friendship over that romance. You can, some people cannot even count how many people they've dated in their lives right now. I'm not lying.
Yeah.
So many youths who are listening, so many people who are listening to this program will tell you they cannot forget, they cannot count or remember some of the people they dated in their life in the name of love. But you are still remembering your childhood friends.
Yes.
You're still remembering your childhood friend whom you started the friendship with when you were even very young. Some kept those childhood friends up till today. But the people you dated, the first person you were professing all the love on Valentine, saying how I love you, you don't even know where they are, whether they are alive or not, whether they are still existing or not. You don't even care. You've forgotten about them. So please, try and stress the importance of friendship over romance.
Yes, very important. Now let's remind our listeners of the number to call. Call us on 081 084 475 18. 081 084 475 18. You can send SMS or you send your message via WhatsApp. We have been talking about Valentine's Day, how to celebrate Valentine's Day, and tips for teenagers and youths, even singles. All right. So, and we have been having the discussion with Simon Ahile. So let's hear from you. Let's hear what you think about Valentine's Day. Yes, we all know Valentine's Day will be celebrated on Tuesday next week, but we need to state certain things clearly for our teenagers and youths to really understand what that day is all about. All right. Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello. 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 Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Good evening. We can hear you. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Musa.
Musa?
Yes.
Okay, you're calling from?
I'm calling from Cohost.
Okay. You need to speak out so that we can hear you clearly. All right. So, what do you have for us about Valentine's Day?
All about how to care for each other, like our friends. You can also share love to your parents
Yes.
and your younger ones. It's not about love. It's like you want people's friends and your friends. It can be your parents, your siblings,
Yes.
your friends.
Your parents, your siblings, your friends.
Yeah,
It's all
that's
about
what
sharing love. Yeah. Okay. Okay, I think that's all. All right. So he has given us his own view about Valentine's Day
Yeah.
and what teenagers and youths can do. Okay, we have another call on the line. Hello. Good evening. Hello, good evening. Yeah. What's your
My
name?
name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Asukuru.
Okay, Semano from.
I'm very sorry that I did not start this program from the beginning.
Okay.
Please, I want to have a very brief example of who Valentine is. I understand other things that they don't show love and they reconcile and show appreciation to someone that helped you. But as the history, I did not. If I give a serious concern, I did not understand. I didn't start from the beginning. You know how
Okay, how it
started.
came
I'm
about.
sorry.
All right. Okay, we'll do that for you. All right, you heard him about Valentine's Day. So you just give a brief history, especially of
Okay.
the first one you talked about. Okay, quickly.
I'm sorry for missing out on the history. You know, I said Valentine actually is a saint. Is a saint Catholics do celebrate. There were like at least 3 different people who went by the name Valentine, and their special acts when they were alive brought about this day. One of them was a priest who served in Rome during Emperor Claudius II, who said young men perform better who are single. They perform better in army than married people who have families. So he gave a law that young men shouldn't marry and rather remain single and serve in the army, so that they will dedicate their full time in the army. So this priest, Saint Valentine, saw the injustice in this law and decided to be marrying young people who were in love secretly. So the act led to his arrest. When the emperor learned about his own act, he arrested him and executed him. Probably it was believed that he was executed on the 14th of February. Another source believed the 14th February was a day the church picked to Christianize the pagan festival that was in existence before on the 15th of February. The pagan festival was a festival they will organize, and so many immoral acts will happen on that day. Though some people, they will even pair women with bachelors then, though some of them ended up in marriage, but some will not go far. So the day was picked before the pagan day to make people have a clear picture that this very day is meant to be a holy day, a day to show love in a holier way and not just in the immoral way. I believe I've given you a brief of what the day is.
Yeah. Thank you, Simon, for going through that again. I'm sure he heard it and I'm sure he got something from it. All right, let's remind our listeners you can call us on 08108447518. You can send SMS or you send your message via WhatsApp. Let's hear what you think about Valentine's Day, or let's hear your experience of Valentine's Day. All right, so let's continue with the tips.
Okay. Back to the tips.
Yeah.
First, I want to remind us of something. I know the day started from Catholic Church, but that does not mean it is only for Christians or it's only for Catholics.
No, it's not.
The day today we know that the day is generally accepted.
Exactly.
Whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, or you are a traditionalist, a day is accepted as a day of love. So it's a day to show love. Though, don't see it as a day to do immoral acts. Don't see it as a day some other people even plan to rape people on Valentine's Day.
On that Valentine's
because
Day.
they know that Valentine's Day is a day of love. They just know it's a day of love, not minding how the day came to be or who the particular Valentine was.
Okay, please hold on to your thought. Let's take this call. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Hello. Good evening. Please, what's your name? Hello, we can hear you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please, what's your name?
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name?
Good evening.
Good evening. We can hear you.
Okay,
What's your name?
my name is Colin.
Okay, you're calling from.
You too.
Okay, so let's hear you, Collins.
You know, Saint Valentine was useful to God
Yes.
for love.
Mm-hmm.
He was not just important person. He was useful to God. Valentine is not a worldly thing.
Okay.
It is not even because of that day he died. That's why we're having Saint Valentine's Day.
Okay.
You understand? Every day should be a Valentine's Day for everybody.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's useful to God. Do what God will make you. Even if you are not acknowledged by the church, but it's useful to God every day. The Valentine's Day is not just on February 14th. It should be every day.
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
Yes.
And you call it love. What is God is love.
Yes.
Of the
True.
world that is what he wants.
Yes.
So it's not just February 14th that we are talking about. We're talking about every other day. How do you make yourself useful to God?
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that is it. That's just my own take.
Okay. All right.
Every day, I show love to everybody around.
Everybody around you.
Even after.
Yeah.
Even after. Sometimes I do things. Sometimes people get angry at me. Like, why will you do such a thing? But I do it because I want to be good. But nobody is good except God. But every day I try to do that good thing to everybody around me.
Yeah.
To me, it is Valentine's Day for me.
Yeah. All right. Thank you for
Thank
your
you very much.
contribution. Thank you. And just like you
It's-
say, Simon,
just like I
Valentine's Day
said.
is overhyped.
Yes.
It's overhyped.
Yes.
I think that's what is
I've
causing all
seen-
these problems.
Yeah,
that
I've
we're
even
having.
seen relationships, very good relationships that end just because you did not take me out on a Valentine's Day. You did not buy me this on Valentine's Day.
You
did
don't
not
buy
me
this.
on
Or
Valentine's
is this
Day.
what you can buy for me?
Yes.
On this
On the
special day.
Valentine's Day, it
It's
shows you
fine.
did not love me.
Can
You see, even
imagine?
couples having issues
I'm telling
on this
you,
very day.
On this very day.
So the day is actually overhyped. What about, have you thought of the other good moments, the other days you had good moments together? Have you thought of those days? It mustn't be on that day. If somebody cannot afford to give you a gift or take you out on Valentine's Day, please don't feel bad. Consider the other days you've been having good moments with that person. Consider the other days the person has been doing good to you. It mustn't be only that day.
It mustn't be on that day. And parents, they have a whole lot to do.
Yes, they have a whole lot
We
to
need
do.
to talk to our children about Valentine's Day. We take it for granted. But bad things really happen on that day.
Yes.
We hear a whole lot of things. After Valentine's, you start hearing nonsense. You start hearing a whole
People
lot
celebrate,
of things.
most
hear
people
things.
celebrate Valentine in ways that you see results after 9 months. and then this result, probably the person that should have embraced that result has run away. Has run away.
Honestly, that is it. Okay.
Because he committed the act just to show to enjoy himself on
Valentine's Day.
It's Valentine's Day.
To be among those that celebrated Valentine. To have story to tell.
Yes.
Maybe among his friends, among her friends anyway. All right. So remember, dear listeners, the number to call is 08108447518. 08108447518. Let's hear you. Let's listen to what you think about Valentine's Day, your own experience. It could be with your own child, about Valentine's Day. You can send SMS or you send your message via WhatsApp. All right, so let's have one or two tips before we round it off.
Okay.
Are you thinking of Valentine's Day? Okay.
Okay. I think this should be more like an advice.
Okay.
If you're single, most likely your friends has romantic ideas about Valentine that you've heard before.
Sorry, hold on to your thoughts. We have this call. Hello, good evening. What's your name and where are you calling from?
I'm Samuel, calling from the Magaza, the district.
All right, Samuel, let's hear you. What do you have for us?
Yeah, what I have for you this evening. So, Valentine is a day to show love for your loved ones. But so many people didn't understand it. Instead of the love they are showing us, you understand?
True.
Most especially we youth that are still growing, that are coming up, you understand?
Yeah.
So instead of them to show love, they are showing us. So it's a day that you have to celebrate your friends, your loved ones. You have to remember them, show them love. You have to give them something in order for them to know that you still have them in your mind. You understand?
Yes.
But some of us, instead of using it to bless others, we are using it to cause something that will bring frustration to our future. You understand?
Yes.
Like some people, young boys and young girls, some are school dropouts because of Valentine, which is supposed not to be so. Some people in the school, they will come out from their school, go to one place or the other, go to one hotel or the other, in order to celebrate Valentine.
True.
After that, they will get a wanted pregnancy, which is supposed not to be so. You understand?
Yes, we do.
So we have to learn, we have to treat others, to teach them in order to understand that Valentine is not a day to sin. You understand? So, because Bible taught us that our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
So we don't have to define our body. You understand? So what we have to do is to show love. If you don't understand the reason why you are celebrating the Valentine, you have to ask so that we get it clear. Instead of doing it in a wrong way. So you get what I'm saying?
Yes,
so I'm advising the young youth, the people that are still coming up, those that their blood is still hot, in order to go out to do one thing or the other, so that they would have the real understanding of what Valentine is talking about, instead of them to going contrary to the will of the Lord. So they have, if you don't know what you will do on that day, you keep quiet, stay at home, instead of you moving around, looking for one thing or the other to do, in order to make yourself feel happy after everything. It will be something that will bring very bad effect to your future. So it's supposed not to be so.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So that is it.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that contribution. There's something you said which I loved. You bless others on that day.
Yes.
You can bless others. I think that's a good one. Thank you for your contribution. Okay, so Simon, we don't have time on our hands now. We need to wrap it up at this time. So let's have your parting words.
Okay.
Maybe to parents, what they should do to help their teenagers, their young children out there.
Yeah, my advice to parents, not just to parents, I think even schools should try and organize.
Beautiful. Maybe a pep talk.
Yes, a talk.
I'm in school. Yes.
Where you can educate our young ones on this, about this Valentine, what they are keeping in mind. I know, for instance, like boarders now, even those who are in boarding, by now they have already set up their plans to do whatever thing they want to do on that day, to celebrate the day the way they want. So please, let's try and educate our young ones, even in schools. Parents at home, try and talk to your children about Valentine. I think even in associations, let's try and educate ourselves about Valentine. Let's know that Valentine is not a day for immorals. It's not a day to express your lust. Please, friends, even if you're going out, even if you're expressing your love, set limits for your love, the way you express your love to your friends. Nobody should. Don't do what you don't want to do just because you want to make your friend to feel happy, to see that you care about him or about her. If anybody is trying to push you beyond your limit, please try and talk to the person. Try and let the person know that you have boundaries, so that we can avoid stories after the Valentine.
Stories that touch the heart.
Yes.
All right. And you must not go out too. You must not go out on that day. Stay in, have fun, pray. Thank God for giving you life. All right. We have come to the end of this very interesting topic. Yet another wonderful episode with Mr. Simon Ahile. Mr. Simon, thank you for coming once again to this show. We are so grateful. And I hope I don't even need to say it. I know whenever I call you, you will definitely come. Thank you so much. And to our listeners out there, thank you for your contributions. We really appreciate that. And I hope that anytime we come on, you will also be there to contribute what you have in mind. Okay, so we're going to have this show again next week, Monday and Wednesday. So please always be in touch to listen to Life Essential Talk every Monday and Wednesday, like I said earlier, at 6:30 p.m. It could be with Clare Ohunayo or with Uche Chukwuma. So from us, we say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.